everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Hey, we got tight left, tight ends left. Hey. 4 down.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the catch, this is Russell Shepard. And I think the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
Protect yourself, baby.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. All day. Double tight. We're going to sit. 4 down. Let's go.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Strong right. Great. Set. 180. 4 down. Let's go, Crown. Let's go.
They go play action with Stewart. Now Newton. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. This is a nice little stretch he's putting together. Remember, 3 sacks last week.
And now he's off to the races in this game because he thinks, okay, that's the start of something big because he's in a zone. He's locked in. So offensively, you got to occupy him. Maybe even run the ball at him as opposed to passing it so he can't just pin his ears back and rush the quarterback.
Let's go, Crown.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And
on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right. Here we go. Set. 180. You got 4.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Blitz.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They find some open field here. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
So under the category of, while it can't be us because we're not that good, but could you imagine if this was you? LeGarrette Blount, his first 1,000-yard season since, what, 2010, his rookie year? And 18 touchdowns in the regular season, and no longer with New England.
He is over 30 now. He turned 30 in December. I don't know if that played a factor, but yeah, such a productive year, and then he's gone.
Well, that just tells you this. Now he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder trying to prove something.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defense. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean reins to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Flush to his right. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they get 28 yards on that one. And that leads to a Philadelphia first.
Nice movement there by Carson Wentz outside of the pocket. Completes another pass. Help me out here, partner. He's not sneaky athletic. He is athletic. How many times do I have to say it?
Yeah, you've been making that declaration for a while. And at 6'5", he ran a 40 of 4.77. So not only big, but he can move.
That's a good time for a quarterback.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Julius Peppers in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Play fake to Blount. Now it's Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. Julius Peppers in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Room here to run. Jay Ajayi's gonna go. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jay Ajayi, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. Carolina getting set to take the field. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
This is Stewart again. And some space here. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone to the chalk of the 20. That one 28 yards. On the ground. And now a first down following that long gain.
Tight ends left. Tight ends left.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Second down following the run. A handoff as they run the counter play. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
Out of the gun, Newton. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now LeGarrette Blount gets set to go again on offense. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down this stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move. Here we go. Sunday. We got 4. 5-9.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Aguilar has it. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Tight is Ringo. Tight is on Ringo. Tight is on Ringo. Ford Tokyo. Hey, 4 down. Ram. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Here's Wentz to throw. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles.
Nice
Alshon Jeffrey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Heading back on the field is Jonathan Stewart. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bullet. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make a play? Because he's made all the plays so far. So I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down.
Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see. They keep it on the ground again to Stewart. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Turn it up. Turn this thing up. Let's go. 180.
They'll try and run it. Here's Stewart. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
By the way, partner, that was a 30-year-old running back carrying the ball there.
Yeah, turned 30 back in March, did Stewart.
Yeah, I know that people say that you're not supposed to at the age of 30, but Jonathan Stewart, good style, good physicality. He'll continue to run it.
Hoping to keep him healthy. Hasn't played a full 16 games since 2011. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Double tight. Double tight. Ready. 180. 4 down. Check.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Back to throw, Newton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Timmy Jernigan in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back out for another drive comes LeGarrette Blount. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to...
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Newton on 3rd down. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Now Stewart on 1st down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Here's Newton. Room to run inside the 40. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Encroachment, defense.
He's a little too aggressive there from his Mike linebacker spot.
Sometimes you jump into gaps trying to draw them off sides. This time he tricked himself.
So 2nd and 8 here after the penalty.
Tight end left. Tight end left. Even. 4th down. Even.
Now it's Newton. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. So now off goes Newton, and on comes the kicker, Graham Gano. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
That's our ball, baby. That's our ball. You take it.
But when it all comes together and you get the field goal block that's been designed, that's been drawn up, everyone has to feel good about on that side of the ball. How about that one there? To the left side, knew what they had. That's where they wanted to be, and they got their designated guy turned free.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll begin here with Blunt. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Again, here's Blunt. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Tight right.
They go play action here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Play action. Now Wentz. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player? No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. We're just 2 minutes away from sending you to Orlando for Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report, so don't forget about that coming up shortly.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a halftime without him, and we thank him for doing the highlights. Let's go get a snack.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Let's go!
And Blunt loses the football. Does the big boy have the juice? The 40. The 20. 10. 5. And he's going to fall his way in for a Panther score. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune. To the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Julius Peppers in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Go. 120. Sunday.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. It's a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the first half to expand that lead.
Yeah, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
Now Jonathan Stewart getting set to go as he trots back out there. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? See if they stay on the ground for second down. Shift together here from the D-line. On second down, they run with Stewart. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Throwing is Newton. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first,
And no update from Larry this week, apparently. We'll try again in Week 7. But for now, let's get back to the action, ready to kick off the second half. Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive.
Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard Stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hole.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
From the gun, Newton and Olsen over the middle. Gave a glimpse of his quick feet and then taken down right at the 30. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
20.
Newton turns and hands to Stewart. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be a third and about 13. He already has 2 sacks to his credit, now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out and out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off that lead.
And now you put the pressure on your defense, who didn't particularly play all that well in the first half. But they're going to need to step it up here and make some plays if these guys are going to have any chance.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And on 2nd and 10 now. They'll run again with Blunt. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with 3rd and just a couple.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They do go for it. It's Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. It's a gain of 15 that time. And the Eagles are going to have a first down.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. Yeah, after that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
Jeffrey with a catch left side. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. On play action, Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
There we go. Back man.
Wentz will try again on second down. Caught right side, it's Jeffrey. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. A gain of 32 that time.
Another big play by Alshon Jeffrey. I think his best days are ahead of him. I think he's ideally suited to help this young quarterback Carson Wentz develop.
He had 13 career 100-yard games coming into the season, and you know in the city of brotherly love, they're hoping for more.
Yeah, just think about Alshon Jeffrey, the catch radius and ability to make plays downfield against smaller defensive backs. Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Now they try the right side here, and they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Now Wentz, eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And the Panthers coming out now. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. 6 yards to go here on 2nd down.
Key to tight end. Key to tight end.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. He's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him. And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Sunday. 4 down. 4 down. Here we go. 120. Check 43.
On play action, it's Wentz. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Ken Crawley. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Tight on the right, tight on the right.
They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. And some room to work. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention with this quick strike offense.
I thought you weren't going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. He got 29 yards that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Wentz on the bootleg. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. The Eagles on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now a play fake. Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Wentz now to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Play fake to Blunt. Now it's Wentz. letting one go deep for the end. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. On 1st and 10, Newton. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
To throw on 2nd down, Newton. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Gordon. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Newton now to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Hey. 4 down.
2nd and 10, Newton again. Complete to Stewart, right side. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
That'll go as a loss of 5. Throwing again is Newton. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Again, Newton. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Carolina. Russell Shepard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. All right, time for us now to discuss Alshon Jeffrey. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too loud.
And Blount loses the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Carolina getting set to take the field. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
Check 83, ball.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton looking for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to the air, Newton on second down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. The Panthers on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. The busy night continuing for Stewart. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And Godot's kick is right through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. LeGarrette Blount past the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. LeGarrette Blount, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. The numbers tell the story. Not the best start, but it's not often how you start, it's how you finish. And since that start, he's been good.
Can you just imagine what was going on in the locker room with the defensive coordinator? Because things were working so well. His game plan was in effect. They were holding him down. He was off his game. But you just know that he was nervous at halftime because you don't hold a guy like that down for very long. And in this case, his fears were realized.
He got 29 yards that time. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey, 4 down.
Throwing again. Newton. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Newton now to throw. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Fletcher Cox in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Now a 1st down throw for Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The rookie from Tennessee, Derek Barnett. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I wasn't sure I'd ever say this with absolute glee in my voice, but Derek Barnett, I've got to give it to him. He broke my former teammate at Tennessee, Reggie White's sack record. His production, big time. Led him being picked by number 14 overall by Philadelphia.
32 sacks in 3 seasons as of all, 52 tackles for a loss.
What I love about him the most, how hard he plays each and every snap.
3rd and long, it's Newton. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Fresh set of downs here. Out of the gun, Newton to Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Check the backer.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Newton to Olsen there for a Carolina 1st down.
We've been together a little while now, partner. How often do we actually describe tight ends as nifty? Because that's what I think of when I see Greg Olsen on the field. His ability to run routes, create space, and separate.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they still need 10 yards here to find pay dirt. It's 2nd and goal from the 10. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, two-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Josh Gordon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. Gano out to kick this one away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And some room to maneuver. LeGarrette Blount, 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. LeGarrette Blount, his second touchdown of the game. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 2nd and 10, Newton got his man complete over the middle. It's Shepard. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. 3rd and 2, Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now it's Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Let's win right here. Let's win right here.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make or break onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Torrey Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Here's Newton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Mills. 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Now, remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On second down, here's Newton. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Throwing the out route and complete. It's Gordon. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Newton on first down. He's going to let it fly. A swing pass caught. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
You